The amazing thing to me about casino hotels is how they manage to locate everything in the hotel across the casino. Have you found that? You go out there, where's the elevator? It's across the casino. Where's the coffee shop? It's across the casino. Every trip is $12 in quarters there at the slot machines. Half the people are out there trying to find the bathroom. That's why they have those little buckets in case they don't make it. Now this guy, I saw you, the first time I ever saw half of a comedy team. This is the first time I've ever seen half a comedy team, as a matter of fact. I went to college upstate New York, and you were there, and you were doing a routine about two dogs. It was a great routine where they would, take a dump, and they would talk to each other, and I thought, anyone can do better than that, I thought. That was my part. But Cheech and Chong, I don't know. You know what I like about their movies? The suspense, you never know. Will there be car trouble? Will there be a Mexican accident? You never really know until sometime 6 or 7 minutes into it what's really going to happen. And then, of course, it's pretty much... I like the movies. I've seen the movies. I've seen them... well, they don't play at the specially selected theaters. They play more at the theaters near you. You know those theaters, the one where your feet stick to the floor and you can't get out. But I'm getting pretty tired of getting ripped off on the candy in the movie theaters. It just keeps getting... But you know you're going to get ripped off when they have it in that glass case. It's a jewelry case that they use for candy. I go up to the guy and say, I'd like to see something in a milk dud, if I could. Something elegant, you know. Put it on that little black velvet display, and you can really examine it. And who needs that horse bucket size of popcorn? I can't believe... I don't need that much roofing insulation. People buy them, they come with ear hooks. You can wear it like a feed bag. And it's got to be the people sitting down front, because they're watching these faces 40 feet tall. They lose their whole sense of perspective. Come out to the candy counter, get popcorn that big, and think, it's about right. Rolling jujubes down there. Movies, yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm on television. That's why I'm here. People do want to be on television. Those shows, That's Incredible, or That's the worst show. I don't even know if it's not. That show should have been called Stop Doing That. What do you think? Just cut it out. You're an adult. Don't stand on your head that long. They'll put anybody on. This man is the proof of it. They had a guy, my favorite guy I ever saw on That's Incredible was that guy that caught the bullet in his teeth. Anyone ever see that guy? I'm not making this up. They shoot a gun at this guy. He catches the bullet in his teeth. How do you learn to do this? How do you warm up? They fire a couple of raisinets at you and you feel like you're ready or something? He'll have a roast after this one, probably. Can't remember the man's name. This is the worst part about it. The man caught a bullet in his teeth. The name slips my mind. Think of that. If he knew this, wouldn't he feel like, what the hell do I have to do to really impress people? Catch a cannonball in my eye? I know if you're a burglar, this is a house you don't want to break into. You don't want to surprise this guy in the middle of the night, shoot him in the bedroom. He comes walking out. Think you got the wrong house, pal. But that's, of course, just a joke. I'm happy to be here in a tuxedo. These are all rented clothes. This is kind of a rented fashion show. It's nice to have my own tuxedo. If you've ever rented a tuxedo, there's nothing quite like the feeling of wearing clothes that have already been worn by 80 different high school kids on the most exciting night their glands have ever dreamed of. You go to put your hands in the pockets. I'll think I'll just leave them outside. How do you get married in rented shoes? How do you make a commitment for a lifetime? Your shoes have to be back by 5:30. It's like going bowling when you rent shoes. I don't think I'd want to be up at the altar with a big 8.5 on the back of my heel. You know what I mean? And I think that you do. One of my favorite people, and I always talk about this guy because he's my favorite guy. I always see him in the Guinness Book of World Records, the fattest man in the world. Have you ever seen this man? It's an unbelievable fact about this guy. Bob Hughes, 1,400 pounds. That is the real weight. The man he's let himself go, don't you think? Come on, Bob, have a salad, do something. Can't this guy get a small cone once in a while? You have to get the double banana boat barge every time. Skip the sprinkles, Bob. You're the fattest man in the world. I used to not even want to talk about him. I didn't want to offend somebody that has a weight problem. What kind of weight problem am I even thinking of? You could weigh 1,000. It wouldn't make any difference. You could still go, well, he's not talking about me. This is a man with a serious weight problem. But I hope Bob gets it together. I hope he goes on a diet, drops a couple of 100 pounds. I don't know if 200 pounds even makes a dent on this guy. I mean, think of it. You're a friend of his. He loses 200 pounds. What are you going to say to him? Hey, you look great, Bob. What are you down to, 1,200 now? You are a rail, baby. Are those new bib overalls? What's he going to say? And you know, I feel terrific. Thank you very much.
Jerry Seinfeld. Well, you've seen some of the best that there is, and at this point, the last person to perform before we introduce the roastee, you have to get someone who can clean up and do it very well. And we have the best. Here he is, ready for Steven Spielberg's next movie, The Color Gray. Would you welcome, please, Dick Chong.
I'm sorry, it just seemed like the right thing to do. This isn't one of the most nauseating evenings I've ever spent. I love show business, God. I can't wait to get into it. I want to congratulate you all for honoring such a wonderful guy. David, you did your usual great job. David Steinberg, hosting a Playboy roast. Incongruous. It's like listening to Sister Teresa fart. There's something wrong there somewhere. But listen, we have to work. What the hell? It's okay. David, congratulations. I can't believe what I'm looking at. This is a star. Tommy Chong.
Work better this time.
Wonderful guy. Congratulations for the honor. All these wonderful stars. I've never seen so many opening acts in my life. But that's okay. Listen, that's okay. That's okay. Well, myself, this is a first almost for me. Never worked in front of men, never worked in front of men and women, this kind of language. It shows you how far we've come. 1985 is here, and why not? I am a little upset. I get a little embarrassed doing this kind of humor in front of a mixed crowd. I would appreciate if all the men would leave. Look, he's going. this is 1986, right? Equal rights for all, for women, for men, ethnic groups, homosexuals. Gays have a right. For years, they wanted to raise families. Two gays put their sperms together, went to a hospital and says, we demand to have a child. And though they inserted this into a female, 9 months later, they had their boy. They were told, and they flew down to the hospital to look at their child. 100 kids screaming, crying, and they were so happy. They said, which one is our child, to the nurse? The nurse said, that one there, the one that's smiling. And they were so happy. At last, someone laughing is smiling. Look at all the other kids crying, only ours is laughing. And the nurse said, wait a little while. He'll start crying soon, as soon as we take the pacifier out of his ass.